guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com. In this video, I'm going to tell you why I chose the M340i Xdrive over its competitors. Remember, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I post 3 videos every week, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 a.m. Like and share these videos so our channel can grow, and as always, leave a positive comment below. Your comments actually put me on the YouTube, higher up in the YouTube algorithm, so please comment on every single video. All right, so why did I choose this, the M340i Xdrive? Well, first of all, I know it's not a real M. This is my 8th BMW. And this is my first BMW, I just realized, that doesn't have a manual transmission. So all 7 of my BMWs, I started out with an E36, 328i. They were rear drive at the time, 5-speed manual with the sport package. So I couldn't afford an E36 M3 used when I was a kid. So I bought a used 1998 328i rear drive, because they were only available on rear drive, E36 with the sport package, which gave you those cool wheels and the sport suspension with the 5-speed manual transmission. Then I've had 2 E46 M3s and E90 M3s, all manual transmission, to M2 manual, C3 Coupe, 1 Series M, and I think that's all the cars there. So now this is my first BMW I ever had with an automatic. We'll get into full reviews on this. I haven't driven it many miles yet. This 8-speed torque converter automatic is actually a phenomenal transmission. But why did I choose this over the competitors? Well, the reason I keep coming back to BMW, I've tried AMGs, I've tried Audi S cars, I had an S4, I had 2 AMGs, and what I think BMW gives you over those other cars is better handling, and one of the top reasons is suspension dampening. So I think BMW gives you the best compromise of a great handling car that doesn't have a rough suspension. So the AMGs don't handle as good, suspension is a lot stiffer. The Audis, it's just like the suspension is too soft. I do like the car a lot. My S8 was phenomenal. I had an S4 before that, and they are more on the comfort side and more on the softer side, and then the AMG is too hard, and I think BMW is the sweet spot. And every time I buy another car, an Audi S model or an AMG, I always come back to BMW, and maybe I should just stick with BMW. And that's why I've had so many of these cars. I think they're super fast. Car Magazine's with this M340i Xdrive with the all-wheel drive makes it 0.2 of a second faster to 60. BMW claims 4.1 seconds. Car and Driver's gotten 3.8 seconds out of this car. When you drive this car, and mine isn't broken in yet, but when I drove the car that BMW of Tenafly allowed me to review, and that's why I wound up buying this car, that car felt like 3.8 seconds. It was so fast. And I thought for this price point with the lease, so I did consider the C43 AMG. I know that's not a real AMG either, but that's a sporty car, especially I would get it in brilliant blue or black or something like that. The lease was over $100 a month more than this car. And honestly, if I put them against each other, it's a pretty close tie. Maybe I'd give a little edge to the AMG in sound, and I'd give a little edge in handling, or a big edge in handling, to this car. And with the lease payment being over $100 less, it was like $100, $120 less, I took this car. And I can get it in Portimao blue. What's better than that? So even though these, I guess, the fake M's, now BMW considers these real M cars. I'll do a video on that. So this is kind of like your entry-level M till you get into your M with a WBS in the VIN number, and then go to the competition versions and the CS and then the CSL. So this is kind of like BMW considers the entry point now for the M. But it doesn't feel like an M car. So the new M3 isn't out yet, but another car I consider as a daily driver was the F80 M3. And that feels way different than that. It's than this car. It's much stiffer. It's way more visceral. You know, this is a good daily driver. That's a better, though you can easily daily drive it, but with the stiff suspension, and the running costs are going to be higher on that. The reason I took this is to lease it. Like, my dream car would be the F90 M5 if I can edit any car, but this was in my budget for leasing it, and this car leased better than the competition, and that's why a lot of BMWs are leased. BMW, of all the car manufacturers, has the most leases. I think it's about 40%. Most car manufacturers, even though if they advertise leases, they're not very good because they don't have the resale value. BMW as a whole has a pretty decent resale value compared to Audi and Mercedes, and that's why I believe most people lease their cars, because obviously the lease payment's going to be less if the residual value is higher. So that's why I chose this car. We're gonna have this lease for 3 years. We're gonna drive a lot of miles. I've still been working from home, so I have barely any miles on this car right now. But once it's broken in, we'll do a lot of tests with this. You'll see maintenance is free for the first 3 years, and we'll go over what the maintenance is. We'll go, I'm sure we'll go through tires or brakes during the lease. We'll see what that costs. So we'll do a very long-term review on this car. So remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you won't want to miss the videos on this. We've reviewed over 600 cars on this channel. I personally have owned over 100 cars. A lot of them are on this channel. We've had, since in the 3 years I've had this YouTube channel, I've probably had 30 cars. So please browse the channel if you don't want to wait, Monday, Wednesday, Friday to see videos. You have 600, almost 700 videos on this channel of all these different cars. All right, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.